it's important to think about BCP or business continuity practices. So you often will have to think about this in people supported applications, right? Like, let's say there's a natural disaster in some area where people are working supporting a service. If I have a business continuity plan, I'm going to need to have a plan that I can follow where maybe people in a different area can come online and help out or work in a different time of day. So if things go wrong, and they inevitably do, then I'm not scrambling at the last minute to try and figure out what to do. That I have a plan in place that I can put into action to mitigate any particular outages. So why would you want to do this as well with AI systems? Because those are automated. You can have various ways to have digital failover and all that sort of thing. Where, in theory, that shouldn't happen as often. Um, but if you're really taking responsible AI practices seriously and you're treating them as an operational health metric, you need to have a plan in place that if they fall outside of what's acceptable, what do? Are you going to take the system offline? Do you have a backup? Do you have, let's say, a rules based system that you can put in place temporarily to fill in for some of these things? So, deciding what you're going to do in advance, because if you don't do that, I think the temptation is just to kind of leave things be while you try and figure them out, which is potentially exposing your users to harm, exposing your organization to risk. And you want to make sure that you're not doing that just because you haven't put together a plan and decided where you're willing to make trade-offs and where you need to kick in with another solution. Um, and why do you need to operationalize responsible AI? Well, these systems are built on data, and different data comes in, both in terms of in the models themselves and in the types of input that users are putting in. And then if you're pulling in any sort of organizational data, or you have retrieval augmented generation or different ways of adding content in, that content is likely going to change, and you may get different types of output than you have tested for before launch. And getting different types of results. So it's natural that these systems will change some over time, that you may have models that are trained on particular sets of data, and then that data is changing and it no longer matches as well.